I'm back with another mindset video, and I'm here to yap off about something super important today. So, you've clicked on this video. If you see this, you're ready to live your dream lifestyle. So I know exactly who's watching this video. People who are scrolling on YouTube, watching these mindset videos, watching these people in so many different business models, watching these people do so many great things, and thinking from behind the screen if they can truly do the exact same. Now, I'm out in Fiji. I've been here for the past week, and if you told me 2-3 years ago that I would be out here doing this, to be honest, I probably would have laughed in your face. But the main thing I do want to say is stepping into your dream life, stepping into creating your dream reality, or whatever that looks like for you. It's obviously completely different for everybody. Some people want freedom, some people want money, some people want, the nicest car, some people might want, let's say for example, to be able to give back to their parents, to be able to give back to their loved ones. Whatever it is, it's different for every single person. You're gonna have to give up some things to get to that point. And I don't just mean giving up going to the family barbecue on a Sunday. I don't just mean, putting in a few hours after school or, things like that. I mean, you're going to have to really give up some of the biggest things that you love. Give up being comfortable. And if you're not ready to do that, you do not deserve to step into, your dream life. You will not be able to have the fruits of that labor. So the main thing that I want you guys to understand who are watching this video is, don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to cut off some slack. Don't be afraid to get rid of some friends that don't align with you. The biggest, and I've learned this over time, the hardest things that we go through are the things that are going to push us through to the next level. For me, it was getting kicked out and I had 400 pounds to my name, right? That was a big thing for me. And that basically flipped a switch in me, and it told me, you're too comfortable. You're relying on other people for security too much. You're being lazy. Because for me, it was like, obviously, if I was in a different financial position, I would have been like, oh, okay, I've been kicked out. But yes, I can go get another apartment. Yes, I can go and do this. I had none of those options. My option was to call up my mum, tell her the situation. And of course, she said I can come home. But that was an ego hit for me. And that was an ego hit for me that I never, ever wanted to have. Like feeling like I was being too lazy, so I got punished for it. The main thing I do want to say is the big issues that you go through in your life are going to be massive turning points. For me, it was getting kicked out. For me, it was leaving my law degree. For me and my girlfriend, me and Mimi, we, got on a one-way flight to Australia. And we moved there for 6 months. We've got 1 month left. We're in Fiji right now. We were in New Zealand 2 weeks ago meeting one of my mentees. And we're probably going to Thailand in 3 weeks to go and live, right? So we have no idea what we're doing, right? But this stuff is very new. It's the past year. Before that, for me, there were so many things that I went through that really changed the trajectory of, where things were going for me, and I needed those things to happen. So looking at things from the perspective of things are not falling apart, but things are coming together, helped me remain and have faith throughout all of these issues that I went through. Being kicked out and having 400 pounds to my name was only one of how many things that I went through, right? And the biggest change in yourself and the biggest fuel to the fire that you will ever have to change and make these changes will be in your lowest moments. And that's why I feel like going through things and having bad moments can be such a beautiful thing, because you can find the goodness in them. For me, I always had the mindset of, oh, why is it me? Why does everybody else get to have this and this and this and I don't, and I'm being kicked out and I'm being this and this. But what was happening for me is these things were happening to me. Yes, they were bad, but they were teaching me how to pivot. They were teaching me what I didn't want to be like. They were teaching me the changes that I needed to make inside in myself to be able to truly succeed into building, my dream life, whatever that looks like for me, whatever that looks like for you. I would say I'm going to end up falling off of this fucking hammock here. But giving up things, like I said at the start of this video, is what's going to take you to that next level. The biggest thing that I want you to understand from watching this video is you're not going to get anywhere by being comfortable. The biggest thing that I gave up to get to where I want to be today is comfortability. Everybody wants to be comfortable. It's normal human nature in you, the way your brain is wired, to be comfortable and want to remain comfortable. Putting yourself repeatedly in situations where you are out of your comfort zone, you are scared, you are doing things what are not natural to you, you're gonna become the person that you need to be to get your dream life. For me, I started off doing different things. I do things every week that put me out of my comfort zone, and I hate doing them. Honestly, I hate doing them, but I know that they're so important for growth. Like, my auntie passed away coming up to, I think it might be 2 years ago now, and I did a skydive for her, right? That we basically went up in the sky, 10,000 foot, and I jumped out the plane. I felt, if you're watching this and you know me, I can't even fly on a commercial plane without shitting myself. Like, dead ass, I'm scared as fuck. And that was out my comfort zone. And then from there, I did one hard thing, and the ball just kept rolling for me. And it was like, I got addicted to the feeling of being uncomfortable. I used to take out leases on apartments that I couldn't afford. I didn't know if I was going to pay the rent. I didn't know if I could pay the rent, but I had to pay the rent because no one was coming to help me. I couldn't call up my mum and say, oh, hey mum, can you give me £600? I'm short on rent. Oh, can you help me with this? I never had any of that because you just can't rely on other people. Taking out leases I couldn't afford was another big one. Obviously over time it changes. Firing people that I didn't think were the right fit. It's uncomfortable, but it has to be done if you want to obviously move forward. Another thing for me was I basically started fighting Muay Thai a couple weeks ago, and for me to go there, go to a completely new gym, everybody's killers, everybody's fucking taking each other's heads off. I step in there and I've got boxing experience, right? Obviously I used to train 1-to-1. Muay Thai is absolutely nothing like boxing. I had no idea what I was doing. I felt like the new person. I felt like a fucking idiot. And truly, I just did not know what the fuck I was doing, right? It was horrible. But getting through that first session, when I'd done, I felt so much better than when I stepped in. Because when you love the idea of being uncomfortable and when you love the challenge, you're untouchable. Nothing can touch me because I'm always gonna go and do it, and I'm just gonna fucking dominate it. Like anything that in the world that I want to do that makes me uncomfortable, I'm gonna fucking do it. Nothing can tell me that I can't. And you need to have the same mindset with becoming, like, stepping into your dream life, stepping into your dream reality. It is not gonna feel comfortable. You're going against the grain. You're going against what you know. And it's going to be totally different, and you need to be okay with that. Start off small every week. Try and do something out your comfort zone, whether it's go meet a friend that you're not really close with, but you think it would be a good friendship, or maybe go and try run 5K if that's been one of your goals, or whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable. Dive into it head first. I would not be the person I am. I would not be sitting here on this beach truly right now if I did not jump into being uncomfortable. I used to be the biggest pussy. I wanted to be comfortable all the time. It's so easy to say no. All the things in my life that I had to do that were hard to get to where I want to be or shape me to the person I am now, I could have easily said no to. And I want to say no to them so bad every single day. But I can't say no. Because the minute you start saying no, and the minute you start to become comfortable, the minute you start to step away from your dream life and you start to become weak and you start to become someone who's just expecting, someone who's lazy, you need to really be stepping out your comfort zone all the time. Another thing is, things are going to change and you're not going to like them because it's not going to be natural to you. You're going to have to cut people off. You're going to have to make changes in who you're friends with, who you see, what your week looks like. You're going to have to make changes in so many areas that, again, this is like uncomfortable. It's not going to be natural to you to make these changes. And a lot of the time people come on here on YouTube or do these mindset videos and talk about cutting off all your friends and going into monk mode and all this fucking crap, right? The truth is, well, in my opinion anyway, have people around you, but have the right fucking people is the main thing I would say. If people are telling you that you're playing too big, your dreams need to be smaller, or telling you that it's not realistic, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to be around that. Or if you've got friends, for example, who, I don't know, might be doing drugs all the time, and it's fine if you do that. Everybody's entitled to doing what they want to do to have fun. I'm not against what anyone else is doing, but if it doesn't align with where you're going, you've got to step away from that, even if it feels uncomfortable. if your friends are going to raves every weekend, doing drugs every weekend, and you want to step off and go down a different route, you've got to grow a pair of fucking bollocks, and you've got to do it. You've got to step away, because if you don't, you will spend the rest of your life wondering what you could have achieved, or wondering what your life could have looked like if you went down the route that you wanted to go down. And I always think about that all the time. I was going on a very questionable route with my personal life, the things I was doing, the people I was around. Honestly, I was just a complete fucking cock. And I do sometimes think to myself that there's an alternate pathway that is taking place right now as we speak, where I didn't change. I just kept on fucking going. And there's an alternate version of me. That's that version of myself that was fighting all the time, going out on nights out fighting all the time, that was drinking all the time, that was smoking all the time, doing all these fucking dumb things. There's an alternate version of myself that still exists, just not in the physical plane. That dead ass is still doing them things. And it's not that it's not temptations, you know. It's not that you stop hanging around with these people or doing these things or whatever you feel is bad for you and doesn't help you get to where you want to be. It's not that there's not temptations. For me, I haven't had a drink. I haven't smoked in 5 years. And I never will smoke or drink again. That's just a personal preference. I just don't really care. But let's say, for example, if I was someone else and I wasn't I fucking hate drinking. I don't even hate drinking. I just don't see the appeal. But if I was fighting it every single day, you've got to understand that, one, you're not going to get to where you want to be if things don't change. But two, moderation. You know, in this video, I'm not trying to tell you wake up one morning and just cut off all your friends and stop doing all these things. Moderation is key, and moderation is realistic. You're not just gonna wake up one morning and be fucking David Goggins or whatever the fuck his name is and run 150 km and just be jacked and your mindset's great, you've got a great relationship with God and all the rest of the things that people strive to do. That's not realistic. But making changes and improving yourself, going in the right direction, is more important. Direction is more important than speed. You're going in the right direction. But yeah, cutting off friends and cutting off people that don't align with where you're going. Now, you need to have a happy medium with this. I feel like, me personally speaking, I did kind of fuck up on this. You know, I've had very good friends over the years. I feel like I've let my relationship, not go sour with, but not retain certain relationships for the wrong reasons. I don't think that people were directly having a bad impact on me. And I feel like one of my bestest friends ever, honestly, nothing will top this friend for me ever. I can say that confidently. And I think I kind of felt like I was pushing our friendship and pushing our relationship away because she didn't do the same things as me. And I'd make comments and I'd say certain things, you know, that obviously in hindsight were mean. And I think I put down that friendship because we weren't doing the same thing. You don't need to be around people that are doing the exact same thing as you and cut off people that don't do the exact same thing as you. You just need to cut off people that don't see the vision, that don't support you, that put you down, that tell you that you're playing small. Don't cut off people just because they're not in the online space and all this crap, because that's the biggest mistake I probably ever made, was putting just stupidness like that. Truly, people can support you without doing the same thing as you. My biggest supporters and my biggest friends do nothing to do with what I do. My friends are in fashion, my friends are in law, my friends do all sorts of things. My girlfriend obviously works in high ticket sales, so we both do make online money, but it's still not the same thing. And when I met my girlfriend, she didn't even know what online money was. So even if she never started this or never did anything like this at all, she would still be my biggest support system. Why would you ever cut that off? It doesn't matter what someone does, whether they work at McDonald's, whether they work at fucking all these jobs that people want to slate online and chat crap about. As long as they support you, they support you. They see the vision, they see you, they support you, they, you know, tell you that you can do it. They help you with things when times get tough. It's not about what they do or did it make 100K a month. It's never about that. And that's honestly, truly one of the biggest mistakes I made. When you're young, you start making a lot of money, you start being around people who make a lot of money. I think you don't know how to act. You kind of look at everyone and you're like, if you're not making 100K a month, 50K a month, I don't want to be friends with you, all this shit. It's just fucking stupid. It's embarrassing and it's fucking stupid. As long as they push you, as long as they help you, as long as they're a good influence, you shouldn't give a fuck if they work at fucking Trader Joe's, bruv. Now that's a little crazy coming out of my mouth, but what I mean is if they've got aspirations, if they're trying to get somewhere bigger than where they are right now, I don't see a single fucking problem with that. You don't want to be around people who are playing small, and that's not what I want you to get from what I just said. But being with people who aspire to play big, being around people who are taking the action, keyword action, to move forward is what you need. Who want to get to the place that you want to do as well, but they're taking action, or a different place, but they're not playing fucking small. I don't mean be friends with a bunch of people who, I don't know, work a job that they hate and want to stay in that forever. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, you're going to have to make changes. You're going to have to cut people off. You're going to have to look at people in the face and they're going to tell you that you're not going to do anything, and you're just going to have to say, okay. Because deep down, you know what you're doing. The biggest thing I see people do is yap. Honestly, chat online about how they're going to do this, this, and this, truly. And they're never going to fucking do anything. 99% of people in this space are never going to do anything. They're never going to be anything. Simply because they just don't do the fucking work. It's not hard to show up every day and just do the fucking work. I think people overcomplicate doing the simple things by posting everything that they do, posting when an app farts, fucking talking about doing things instead of simply just doing it. And, you know, I know people that take fucking 2 weeks to set up their agency. There's guys that I've taught and guys that I know who've set up their agency in 48 hours, and in 48 hours later they're outreach and they're getting the ball rolling. There's two different types of people. You can either sit and fanny around and make excuses and just be fucking slow, snail pace, or you can come with urgency, get things done, get the ball rolling, like take action. I think the biggest thing is people overcomplicate what it takes to get to where you want to be. And it is simply taking action every single day. It's not hard. It's just keep it so simple. You wake up at the same time every day. You do this, and at this time you work for 3 hours. You've done a 3-hour work block. You get everything you need to do done. You have another 3-hour work block. You get everything you need to do done. Right? It's not hard. Just fucking be consistent. I even have a Google Calendar. My every day is planned out by the hour, to the hour, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I wake up at the same time probably most days. I go to bed at the same time probably most fucking days. Right? It's not hard. If I was in school, I'd just probably box off 2 hours a day or whatever to get the task done, to do this and this. And no one is too busy. That's another thing that you'll lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're too busy. I've got people in my program who work 2 jobs and go to school and they still make this shit work. They're still landing clients. They're still doing more than anybody watching this video, and that's the truth. Because they're setting aside the hours and they're simply showing up and doing the work. Remove any overcomplication. You start at this time, you end at this time, you show up, you do the work. Your phone's in a different room. You've got no distractions. You're simply getting the work done. It's not hard. It truly is not hard. I used to overcomplicate things. You know, I used to focus more on what it looked like I was doing versus what I was doing. And I think I spent the first year of my agency focusing on, oh, I run an agency, oh, I do this, but what are you really doing? You're just jacking off and doing fucking sweet FA. That's the truth. Get the work done, stop fucking yapping on social media. 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day if you're in school, Bob's your fucking uncle, and you're getting the work done. It's all about getting reps in every day. It's not about doing it all in one day or rushing through absolutely everything. It's about reps and showing up every single day. And this leads me on to my next point is, I think people come into the space with unrealistic expectations and think that, 2 weeks in, 3 months in, even 90 days in, oh, we're going to be up 10K, oh, we're going to be doing this, oh, we're going to be doing that, right? My biggest thing that I want to say in this video is stop thinking of the expectation. Stop thinking of the journey where you want to go, right? You're at this point here. Your point where you want to get to, 10K a month, everyone puts it on a pedestal, is here, right? Let's say, for example, you're thinking about the 10K all the time, right? You're putting this 10K on a pedestal. Just show up every single day with zero expectation on the time frame, and I'm telling you now, you will achieve your goals faster than if you're putting this 10K on a pedestal and saying, oh, I need this 10K in 3 months, I need this 10K in 4 months. So the minute you start to have expectations, the minute you start to, focus on oh, why am I not here yet? Why can't I get here? Why is everybody else here? That's when it's going to fall apart for you. Show up every day, enjoy the journey, and just fucking do it. The biggest thing for me was I did not enjoy the journey. Until I started to enjoy the journey, nothing really happened for me. I used to hate the journey, and all I used to think of was the end goal. And I think for me now, looking back to where I'm at right now, the best parts of the whole process were genuinely the journey. Like, you think that the best part is going to be hitting the 10K, hitting the 20K, 50, whatever, fucking 100, whatever that is. You think that's going to be the best part, but the best part is really the journey. Like, find the beauty in the struggle is something I always say. Like, that's when you get the most done. That's when you're the most hands-on. You're really like, this is make or break. That's when you're really doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, the biggest times that I remember and the best memories I've got is when I was just really fucking hustling, just really trying to get things moving. Like, the memories of that are better than the memories of now because I'm at that point. And now the goalpost obviously moves further back every time you do get to that point. But the first building stages and the journey, like, are truly the best. Fall in love with the journey, showing up, getting your reps in, experiencing different things, whether that's loss, whether that's struggle, whether that's issues, whether that's wins. It's honestly, it's the most beautiful part. And I know you're probably watching this video thinking like, oh, you're chatting shit, oh, you just want to fucking say that. But at the time, it feels bad. And the reason why it felt so bad is because I was putting everything on the pedestal. And I was thinking that it was more serious than it was, you know. What's the worst that can happen if we have these issues? We're going to solve them. We're going to learn things. It's the most important part. Hola! Hola! Yes! Finding the beauty in the struggle, and I don't mean, you know, not crashing out when shit goes wrong. That's not what I mean, because I'm a big crash out, right? But I mean, like, the building stages of something is so beautiful because you're building something so great. Do you know what I mean? And people say this all the time. It's the best part is when you really are building, when you really are in that process. That's the process that's going to change your life for the rest of your time. What I do now for the rest of my time is not going to change my life. But that 0 to 2 year mark where I was locked in my bedroom like a fucking psycho, cutting people off, fucking crying all the time because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, freaking out, stressing out. That was what changed things for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that time was, whilst it was so bad and for a lot of struggle, but that was the building foundations for where we are right now. You can't get to here without struggle. I can't get to where I want to go in the next fucking 6 months without struggle. There's always gonna be struggle. And I think the most beautiful thing is just enjoying that and just showing up and just giving your all every single day, regardless of how you feel. And that's another thing I want to speak about in this video. A lot of people who watch this will spam out YouTube videos, watch this, you know, take some notes, and 3 minutes later you're doing fuck all again. If you have a desire and you don't step into that every day and show up every day to get to where you want to be, you're lazy. If things get difficult and you give up because it's difficult, you're lazy. That's flat out. You are lazy and you do not deserve to get to where you want to be. See you later. But yeah, consistency, showing up every day regardless of how you feel. Oh, I feel lazy today. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. The biggest lie that you will ever tell yourself is I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow will come, you won't fucking do it. The next day will come, you won't fucking do it. Just cut the excuse making, cut the fanny and the fuck about, and just get the work done. Once you simplify this whole process is when you really start to get somewhere and step into your dream life, because you're just doing it. The biggest thing is just doing it. Figure out, obviously step one is figuring out what your dream life even looks like. Is it freedom like this? Is it money? Is it like a watch like this? Is it fucking giving back to your family? Whatever that is, you need to find out the root and understand what it is that you really want, what your skills look like, what does your passions look like, and then getting your mindset in the game. Because you can have the full picture, you can have everything. You can have the skills, you can have the business model, you can have the fucking everything. You can even have daddy's money. You can even have daddy's fucking money. But if you do not have the consistency, right? If you do not have the work, if you do not put the work in and the mindset, you're simply not going to get anywhere. My success was so delayed solely due to mindset. And obviously laziness as well. Let me just fucking be real here. But not having my mindset intact, not having my mindset correct was the biggest issue for me, pushing me further and further back. You'll see this video when you're ready to step into your dream life. You'll see this video, you'll probably watch it, take a few notes. You'll probably close your book and you'll probably never act on it again. But for the few people that are watching this, that will, watch this, take action, listen to what I'm saying and go and fucking implement it, I'm so fucking proud of you. I want anyone who's watching this video to go and do one thing per week, no matter how small it is, that steps out of your comfort zone. For me, the other day, it was going for a coffee with another agency owner. You probably look at me through a screen and you think, how is out your comfort zone? For me at the moment, I've moved to a new country, I'm on my own, I don't know anybody. Meeting new people, I mean, I'm sociable, but sometimes I don't know, I just get a bit weird, and that was a big thing for me. Even things as small as that, going to the gym when you feel uncomfortable about the way you look, or uncomfortable because you're tired after work. Do the hard thing. DM me on Instagram, your biggest win this week. DM me on Instagram, the thing that you did that stepped out of your comfort zone, because I want to know exactly what it is that you're doing, because the more you do it, the more second nature it becomes. And the closer you're going to get to living your dream life, the closer you're going to get to becoming the person that does these uncomfortable things as a non-negotiable. But to anyone watching this video, listen to what I'm saying. If you do not act, if you do not show up with consistency, you are genuinely not going to get to where you want to be. You're looking at people on Instagram all the time, you're clicking on their reels, you're clicking on their highlights, you're clicking on this, and you're watching other people live the life that you want, but you're not doing anything about it. Flip that switch in yourself and truly sit and realize that no one else is coming to save you. No one cares about your success as much as you do. I don't care about your success as much as you do. Your parents don't care about your success as much as you might think that they do.